Yo, it's your boy WesTheTech, here to give you my very first album review. All right, I'm super excited to give you guys this, to show you guys this, because this is something that I've been working on for quite some time now, all right? And I'm just blessed that I'm at a point that I could actually do them, all right? So today's gonna be my first album review, and I'm gonna be reviewing Pop Smoke's debut album, all right? Now, on my channel, all the album reviews that I'm going to be doing moving forward are going to be under Techtakes, all right? Not TechTips, Techtakes, as in my takes on albums or my takes on what's going on in the music industry, all right? So, with this debut album called, I think, Shooting for the Stars, Aiming for the Moon. Did I get that right? Shooting for the Stars, Aiming for the Moon. Oh, Aim for the Moon. That's the album I'm going to be reviewing first, all right? So, to first start off with, I got to give a big shout out to my homie Jay, all right? Also known as King Jules, all right? Or J Bags. He got a bunch of nicknames. I don't even know why, all right? But he's the one who put me onto this album. He's like, yo, you got to listen to the album. You got to listen to the album. I gotta see what you think about it. So, not even he going to see what I thought about it with this review, all right? So, after listening to the album, I will say that I did enjoy it, all right? Now, because I enjoyed it, that doesn't mean that it's going to change the overall stats or the overall statistics of the album, all right? Because with my reviews, I'm actually grading these albums on a particular scale, all right? Now, I have 5 categories, all right, that I'm going to introduce you to in a minute. Each category is what I grade, all right? So based off of those categories, the overall stats of those categories is where we get the overall score for the album, all right? With that being said, I'm going to introduce Pop Smoke's debut, or what's that word? It starts with a P. Hold on. Google, how you say this word?
Posthumous.
What?
Posthumous.
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 Posthumous. His posthumous album, all right? And basically what that means is an art form that is released, an award or something that is released or given after a particular artist's passing, all right? Which is very unfortunate, because especially someone as young as him, it's just unfortunate to see someone with so much talent, so much uniqueness be taken away from us at such an early time, especially in his career, you know? And it's even worse so, you know, when it's done by crime. You know, but I guess that's a topic for another day. All right, let's get to the review. All right, so boom, this is the review. All right, this is the stats. This is how I view it. Now, before anybody catch a cow, I'm gonna explain these categories. All right, you see, there's 5 different ones. There's hit potency, there's lyrical prowess, there's beat selection, there's feature strength, and there's award worthiness. All right, or award worthy. All right, now, the overall score of the album is in fact a 4.9 out of 10, which is basically an average album, all right? But again, let me go over the categories, starting with the first one. The first one is hit potency, all right? Now, this is the lowest grade that I gave him out of the 5 categories, but there is a reason for that. What the hit potency means is how many songs on the album do I think will become a hit or is hit worthy, all right? Now, typically speaking, most albums have, you know, realistically speaking, 4 to 5 hits, all right? Now, I believe that Pop Smoke's album has potentially 4 songs on there that can be hits. And when I say hits, I mean songs that become platinum, you know, make it on the Billboard, stay on the Billboard, things like that, all right? Now, the issue is when you take 4 songs and you look at the entire length of the album, which is a 19-track album, that's only about 25% of the album, all right? The issue with Pop Smoke's album is that it has way too many songs, all right? So it's gonna be harder for him to get a higher rating for hit potency because he has so many songs. And to be honest with you, after listening to it, I thought the album should have been cut in half. I think it should have been like 8 songs, honestly. But I understand why they did 19 songs, because unfortunately, this is the last that we're gonna hear from him. So I get it, all right? But that doesn't change the fact that I had to grade him on the 19 songs. So based off of the 19 songs, like I said, I only see probably maybe 4 songs on there that'll be hits. The first one would definitely be Dior, since it's already a hit, all right? Then the next ones that I think at least may become a hit. Creature, I think has potential. Snitching, I think has potential. The Woo is pretty interesting. That may have potential. For the Night as well. But that's really it. So I don't really see anything else on there that I think will become a hit. We'll sell a million units, a million copies, go platinum, all right? So unfortunately, he got a low score on that. He got a 2.5 out of 10, all right? Now, we're going to move on to the second category, which is the lyrical prowess, all right? Now, when it comes to lyrical prowess, all right, there's a lot that goes into this. It's not just the lyrics. It's not just what is being said, all right? It's not like just metaphors or the creativity of how he put the words together. But it's also how he sounds. It's also his uniqueness, all right? So when it comes to Pop Smoke's album, I gave him a 6 for lyrical prowess, all right? Which is above average, all right? And this is my reasoning for it. I didn't really hear real creative lyrics. I wouldn't say that, he's the most lyrical dude on the block. But his sound is super, super unique, all right? He got a very interesting and captivating sound. And not only that, the way he's saying his lyrics, I believe him. I can connect with him. It's very similar to 50 Cent, which is why I can see why 50 would endorse somebody like him, besides the fact that he's from New York, obviously. But for the lyrical prowess, I had to give him above average. I couldn't give him anything more than that because I didn't hear anything that was like, oh my gosh, that is the most memorable line. I'm never going to forget that bar. I didn't get anything like that from his album, but it was good enough, all right? Now, moving on to the third category, which will be beat selections, or AKA how great were the beats on the album. All right, now, I was disappointed with the beats. I was very disappointed with the beats. Maybe it's because I'm a producer. That could be a big factor to it. But the thing is, when it comes to beats, I look for something interesting. I look for something new, something that I feel like I haven't heard before. And unfortunately, a lot of Pop Smoke's beats were like beats that I probably heard before. All right, not only that, you got a few songs on here that had there were beats that you sampled from older songs, but somebody has already made a beat with those samples for hip hop already. So it sounded very similar to those sampled beats. So I was like, it's like something I heard before. And of course, I'm talking about, like songs like Something Special, What You Know About Love, Diana, like all of those, they've used those samples before from older tracks, and it's just, they didn't sound new. You get what I'm saying? They didn't sound interesting enough. So I can't give anything higher than average beats, all right, which is basically beats that you would typically hear on an album. It's not like Kanye or Dre was on this, who was really throwing us some interesting things, all right? So beat selection would have to be a 5, all right? Now, we're going to move on to feature strength. Now, feature strength is a tricky category because it's based off of the strength of the features on the album. All right. Now, you may think to yourself, what if somebody doesn't have any features? All right. Then yes, they would get a 0 for feature strength. But on the flip side to that, let's say somebody has one feature on their album and it's Kendrick Lamar, who's like absolutely amazing. That could probably get a 10 for the feature strength, because even just having Kendrick Lamar, his verse is going to be savage. So he's not going to fail you, all right? Now, looking at Pop Smoke's album, going over it and going over the different features, he actually scored pretty high on his features. Now, he had a lot of features, all right? Which is to be expected because, I don't know if we could get or if we would love 2 verses from Pop Smoke on every song. You know what I'm saying? He kind of just packs everything he has in one verse usually. But if we take a look at his features, starting with the first one who appeared, which I believe was Quavo. Let me double check. Yeah, Quavo was the first feature, all right? Then we have Lil Baby and Da Baby, all right? Then we have Sway Lee, all right? Then we have Quavo again and Future, that's 5. Roddy Rebel, 6. Roddy Ricch and 50, 7, 8. Tiger, 9. Karol G, 10. Lil TJ, 11. and I believe King Combs as the last one. Yeah, King Combs was the last one. So 12. All right. So he had a lot of features, which I kind of expected. All right. Now, if we take a look at all the features, starting with King Combs, he did all right. It wasn't too bad, right? Lil TJ is his homeboy. I get it. All right. Karol G, no comment on that one. I prefer not to answer. All right. Tiger's Tiger. I mean, I can't deal with Tiger. Honestly, Tiger is not that impressive to me. He repeats himself on every hook. His hooks be tight, but he just be saying the same thing over and over. You don't believe me? Rack City, Rack City. Said it over and over. Snapbacks back. He said it over and over. Pretty much every song, that's all he does. He says the same word over and over in the chorus, and people love it. I don't know. But Roddy Ricch is like one of the hottest new cats out right now, so that's huge for him. 50 is 50. I mean, you get 50 from New York on your New York debut album, you know people gonna listen to it, all right? Now, Roddy Rebel, I actually liked his verse. I just didn't like the sound quality of it. And I get it, you know, I know I think he's in jail, you know, and it sounded like they recorded it over the phone. I mean, you would think that, you know, in this day and age, they would probably sneak a recorder in there, you know, to get a better quality sound, you know, but I don't know how the jail system works, thank God. All right, now, Future is Future. I never understand what Future's saying, but he sounds hot as hell every time he says whatever the hell he be saying. All right, Quavo is hit or miss. Quavo is like 50-50 to me on songs. Like, you don't know if you're going to get a good verse or a bad verse. And unfortunately, he was 50-50 on here. He was good on one song and bad on the other. Sway Lee, on the other hand, Sway Lee snap. Like, I think that dude is a hook genius. Like, he just make hooks sound raw. You know what I'm saying? So that was a very great addition to this album. Now, Lil Baby and DaBaby, I'm just gonna be straight up real with y'all. I look at DaBaby like here, I look at Lil Baby like here. I just don't like Lil Baby. Like, he's not growing on me, all right? If you disagree, mind you, if you disagree with any of these stats, go ahead and comment on the comment section below. If you disagree with my content for Lil Baby and DaBaby, then you could also comment about that as well. I mean, comment some Lil Baby songs for me to listen to, and maybe my opinion will change. But as far as the ones that I've listened to so far, I'm not impressed. I'm sorry. All right. So I like DaBaby. He's up here. Lil Baby down here. So they kind of canceled out each other. But if we look at the overall, if we take all of the features that he had on here, he had a lot of hitters on here. So I had to give him a 7. I couldn't give him anything higher than that, obviously, because he didn't have like any like super hitters like Kendrick or J. Cole, some cats like that. But it makes sense. You know, you don't want to really have somebody to really super outshine you on your debut album. You know, it's not good. Hence, Jay-Z, Renegade, Eminem. If y'all remember that, Eminem was like, he just destroyed the entire album. He had the best verse on the album. Yes, I said it. Eminem had the best verse on Jay-Z's album. You can leave comments on that too. All right, now, the last thing will definitely be the Awardworthiness. All right. So what this is probably the most important category for the artist himself or herself. All right. Because what this means is what would I rate it as far as being worthy of being worthy of awards. All right. Now, all in all, listening to the whole thing, I would have to give it no more than a 4. And the reason for that is not because of the actual songs on the album, but because of how many songs are in the album, all right? The issue is when you have a large body of work, there's more room for error, meaning there's less of a chance that every song is going to be great, all right? The award-worthiness is almost a reflection of the hit potency, all right? Because he has so many songs, I would be very shocked if he won a Grammy. All right, I extremely would be shocked if he won a Grammy. I don't think the album is Grammy worthy. Now, it may win some BET awards or some VH1 awards, you know, but as far as the Grammy, I don't see it happening, you know. So 4 out of 10 isn't it bad? I mean, that's a 40% chance of winning something, you know what I'm saying? But I can't give it any more than that just for the totality of the album, all right? Now, if you average those out, that's a 4.9, unfortunately, all right? Which isn't too bad. That's 5 out of 10, all right? Meaning that it's an average hip-hop album, all right? There are going to be things you're going to like. There are going to be things you're not going to like, all right? It just is what it is, all right? Now, my final thoughts on the album is, first off, I'll give you my favorite song of the album. My favorite song of the album will forever be Dior, unfortunately, the bonus track. It's his hottest song right now, and he just sounds amazing on that album. I'm Dior. I mean, it's just fire, all right? Dior is just everything, right? So that is definitely the best track of the album, which kind of sucks because that came out before the album. So it's like, dang, does that mean the album means nothing? Not really. It's just the best song on the album. Maybe if he didn't put Dior on there as the bonus track, then I wouldn't say Dior. But if you think of a different song that's better, go ahead and comment it on the comment section below. But Dior has to be my favorite song of the album. All right. Now, my biggest takeaway of the whole project is, honestly, the first thing that comes to mind would be sadness. All right, because it's just so sad that this is the last of Pop Smoke that we're gonna hear. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dang, like I would have really loved to hear the follow-up album to this. You know, where he probably would have a little bit more control over how the album comes together. You know, because you could tell, this being the debut album, you could tell the executive producers and record labels and things probably had a lot to do with it. Hence some of the features and things like that. You know what I mean? But I think it's worth a listen. I don't know if you're gonna listen to it multiple times. You may pull 2 or 3 tracks out of there, for your own personal iPod, but it's worth the listen. It's worth the listen. And again, it's not because of his passing. All right, it's just because it actually is a decent album. All right. Now, that's my review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. All right. Now, again, if you have any comments, all right, go ahead and comment on the comment section below. If you want me to do a review on any other albums, go ahead and comment that as well. I'll go ahead and review those and make a video if you could convince me it's worth listening to. All right. Now, also, if you're a beginner artist, all right, go ahead and check out my tech tips section. All right. It's the first videos I started on YouTube. All right. And they're basically helpful tips to start as a beginner artist, to help you with everything. I mean, I got all different types of stuff on there to help you grow in your craft. All right. So go ahead and check out the tech tips. And again, if there's any other album reviews you think that I should do, go ahead and comment it on the comment section below. Either way, thank you guys for tuning in. Stay blessed and enjoy.